In today's video, we'll be taking a look back at It's a Big, Big World, looking at the show's history and discovering where those puppets are today. Before we start this video, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to everyone for suggesting today's video topic. Clearly, a lot of you wanted this show to be next. Also, be sure to comment below your favorite childhood show. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on more awesome puppet content just like this. So here's a sad and fun fact about my relationship with this show. I actually never watched it growing up. What? I know. Crazy, right? I don't remember watching it, I don't remember hearing about it, I don't remember being advertised for the time, and I grew up around the time on PBS Kids, watching shows like Dragon Tales, Clifford the Big Red Dog, JJ the Jet Plane, Between the Lions, and many other shows. For some weird reason, this show never came across my radar, but because of you awesome people out there, well, it made me research the show, and I watched a few clips and episodes off of YouTube, and I actually like it a lot. The whole premise and everything around the show gives me a lot of Bear in the Big Blue House mixed with Zaboomafoo mixed with the Book of Pooh vibes all rolled into one. It's a Big, Big World is an American children's television series that aired on PBS Kids from January 2nd, 2006 to January 8th, 2010. It was part of the Miss Laurie and Hooper's schedule block beginning September of that year, but it was removed from the block on September 3rd, 2007. The show revolves around a group of animals living in the rainforest. The star and host of the show is Snook, the sloth. And this character really reminds me of Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House. He's the main guy that keeps his calm when characters come to him with problems. He's kind of almost like that friend or guardian parent figure. It was created by Mitchell Craigman, who's also the creator of Bear in the Big Blue House. The show revolves around a group of animals living in the World Tree in the rainforest along the Amazon River with the Pico de Niebla mountain background. The show is actually labeled more of a preschool science series. Discovery is the theme of the show, and it helps them understand geography, nature, and how animals and plants and things of that work in the rainforest. To help kids better understand the lessons given and the whole learning process, there's multiple songs throughout the show. One of the main similarities I saw with this show and Bear in the Big Blue House is that they both have a goodbye song. Snook is not singing to a moon, but it's very similar. Some legendary puppeteers that are also featured in this show, like Peter Lenz, who plays Snook, Tyler Bunch, who Lagasse, who plays Ick, Warts, and additional puppetry done by Jim Krupa and Paul McGinnis. The characters in this show are performed using shadowmation, which is a mix of Raku and green screen puppetry, which are similarities to both Bear in the Big Blue House and, of course, mainly the Book of Pooh. Now, to answer your main question about where are those puppets today? Oh, I tried to reach out to the show's creator about where those puppets are today, and unfortunately, I got no response. In the same interview that Peter Lenz did with the Muppet Mindset, he also mentioned that it's a Big, Big World puppets.
So I do have Theo. I don't have any of the Big Big World puppets. I think Mitchell Kriegman still has all of those.
Which led me back to Mr. Kriegman has those puppets. I ended up doing a little bit more research. I reached out to some people in the puppet community. They told me that Mitchell Kriegman had actually donated a few of those puppet characters to the Center of Puppetry Arts in Atlanta. So, on June 7th of 2022, the Center of Puppetry Arts had announced that their It's a Big, Big World pop-up exhibit was now officially open. Pop-up exhibit would run right there on June 7th of that year and end on August 14th. A couple of the puppets that were on display were Bernadette, Snook, and Riona. Fun fact, Riona also sounds a lot like Trilo. She's Snook's niece, but sounds a lot like Trilo.
Riona, meet big, big friends.
And that could be because Tyler Bunch also voices that character. Another post that I love that the Center of Puppetry Arts posted, as you can see, is one of the center's curators, kind of preparing and taking care of the puppets that were just recently donated. So you see Snook's like part of his body. Along with Snook, you also see Bernadette. The center said in the post, and I quote, "We recently reviewed a new museum acquisition of puppets. Russ Vick, who's the guy in the picture, was the first to take a close look at the new acquisitions."
Wow, these puppets are incredibly iconic. You don't want to mess it up, but at the same time, you really want it to have a very long life after you've had your hands in it. It's a rather expansive collection. It runs from like Sam and Friends, Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, Muppet Shows. They weren't thinking about, longevity. They wanted a puppet for this shot or that. It's kind of tricky with these guys because they want you to conserve them rather than restore them. The puppet builder in me really wants to just restore it though. I mean, it's Like you can see some like wrinkles and imperfections in the skin, and they were way worse when we first got them in.
I love knowing all this puppetry knowledge, and especially seeing how much detail they went into taking care of the puppets that were not only donated to them, but the ones that they have acquired over like years and years and years. They take their time and they put their best effort forward in making sure that those puppets are curated and very well taken care of for their museum and the center. I would love to see more characters from childhood shows and current shows being sent there to be taken care of as well. Now, as far as to answer the question about any of the other puppets, my guess is that either Mitchell Krigman either owns the rest of them, is taking care of them, or a lot of the characters were donated to the Center of Puppetry Arts. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the next video on the screen. I think you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you over there.